Okay, we got the cork seals in place. You can see I didn't have to trim them after all. You just really got to work them to get them in there. I know this video is kind of dark. I'm in the back of my shop here, but get the idea. I've put the gaskets on, and oh goodness, it's going to turn out as blurry or not, but anyway, it should work pretty good. Here's the pan, and I just put a very light coat of sealer on it. This is the stuff that I used. It's called, see if I can get it without shining, called Ultra Blue. It's supposed to be a little bit better than just the regular stuff because temperatures are a little bit better. And, you know, it's good to 500 degrees, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so I thought for the engine block it'd probably be a good thing. So I'm going to set you up here, get you in the picture, and put this pan. And the pan has got a hole or a tube. If you see the inside of this is all woven with tubes. This is your oil. It goes all through these and it spurts out. And anyway, this tube has got to go over, you can't see it, but there's a hole or a pipe on the other side of that oil pump. And so that kind of gives you some orientation as to how the pan goes on. So let's see if I can do this without dropping it. And there she goes. Slid down on top of that pipe. And got her pushed down on there. Doesn't sealing quite well on this side yet. Look at that sealing all over it. I think it's because of these cork gaskets. You just kind of need to draw it down. But when I saved all of my oil pan bolts, I'll just give you an idea. I'm not going to bore you putting these in, but they're not actual bolts. They're screws. That's how they did it back then. So slot head screws with lock washers on them. So we'll go ahead and throw those on, and then I'll give you the finished look at it. Well, there you have it. I've got the all the screws in. Tighten them down. I say one thing with slotted head screws, it's hard to over tighten it, but this wasn't a cork gasket, this down here anyway. You can see the cork. I don't know if it's going to focus here or not, but it's kind of squishing out a little bit, the cork gasket where the pan pushed down on it, which good, it gives it a good seal, and so I should have no leakage there. And same with the front. It kind of squishing just a smidgen. It's hard to see with the camera, I guess. But if you remember some other videos, the front of this pan had a big dent in it right here. And so I pounded that out and made this all round, and you can see now it fits real well over the top of that gasket. So, but anyway, we're moving along. I even Harmonic balancer is on, but it's not pushed in completely into place. This is an odd duck, I don't know. The guy at the machine shop told me to heat it up. Throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for a half hour or whatever, and get this thing to expand and then push it on, because there is no center bolt to pull that on. It's really screwy. I mean, I don't know. I guess I tapped that on right there just so I could turn the engine over with my my bar, and I've just tapped it on there to kind of hold it in place. But I don't really want to whack on it to drive it on there. I don't know how they did that back in the day. I don't know. But you see, inside this little pan here is you've got your crank, and then there's a gear back behind it, if I get the camera right, and then there's a cam gear that goes in here. And if you remember my cam gear, the center tore out of it, and it just was spinning, freewheeling. It wasn't there, the center was just freewheeling, so it wasn't turning the crank. So more than likely that's why they parked the truck back whenever they parked the truck. But oh yeah, I got my water pump on too. I put that on yesterday. Had an issue with it kind of dragging a little bit on the inside, so we improvised, took a little grinder to the fins on the impeller there and kind of cleaned it up, and no rubbing now. So anyway, I got the fan. I don't know if I got that painted or not, but we'll be getting that put on too, and just keep adding little things to it here and there. Like I said, you can see I've got the fuel pump put on, and so my next now I got everything done on the bottom, I guess, so I can flip it back up, and we'll put all my lifters in, my push rods, and then I can cover that side with the pan that covers it, and we'll get that all together. And then we got our manifolds. We got to clean those up. I've got the oil pump that goes on here. That's got to be painted. So, but just little things. It's just kind of nice to get at it again. I was kind of doing a little bit of work on this yesterday. I kind of show you what I've done on this, an update on it. The bottom was pretty good. I had to cut a piece of metal out right up in here and put a piece in, and then on the back side there I had to cut a piece too, about about right in there. And so anyway, then I put all fiberglass all over the bottom. I got 2 layers of fiberglass on that because I had a bunch of pinholes in other spots and stuff. So cleaned it up really good, and then I just show you. I guess I can open the door here, can I? And we got fiberglass. Now I haven't cleaned up the second coat yet. I gotta do some sanding on that and get that ready to go. But anyway, I'll show you the other side. Here's my tailgate. I finally got a decent coat of paint on it. We've had some rain and stuff, so I really haven't been able to paint very well. And but I just did decide to add a thin pinstripe, and I think it kind of sets it off. You know, the sun's shining on it there, you can't glare. You can see from a distance it's not bad. It's better because it's half the width of the pinstripe that I had on there to outline the pattern to begin with. The other was 1/4 inch, and this is 1/8. And so what I'm going to do then is we're going to carry this over. I haven't pinstriped the bottom yet, but here's what that looks like. That's done. You can see up here by the wheel well how it turned out. Looks pretty decent. I mean, that all kind of flows right into that. And you can see I got a spot right there. I got to touch up with some gray paint or something. I've wore through the original color here. So, but what I'm going to do on this side is I'm going to bring a